Asking important people questions as the camera moves closer to their face. What does gender equality mean to you?
Gosh, it means that people of all genders, men, women, people who identify as neither or as both, can be all they want to be, however they want to be, all the time. They can feel safe, they can feel that they can be their best, no matter how different that is to other people. I want to see all the practical signs of gender equality, like equal pay, fair pay. I want people to feel physically safe. I want people to feel intellectually safe. And I guess that's what gender equality means to me.
Have you experienced imposter syndrome in your life or career, and how have you tackled it?
There's no good answer to that, because no, I have not. Now, that either means that I'm incredibly arrogant. But no, I think, I grew up in a really secure household where it was okay if you weren't perfect. It was okay if you thought you were the best person in the world. I recognize that, it's a continuum, it's a roller coaster, okay? So, there are points where I don't think I am, doing my very best. But I think I kind of understood quite early on that, you have to do you. Nobody else is doing their best. Nobody else thinks that they are excellent and perfect all the time. Everybody thinks, I guess, they're an imposter, therefore, why should I bother feeling like I'm an imposter? And I guess I would like to encourage other people as well to not feel imposter syndrome, because nobody's got it right. Nobody's got it perfect or got it absolutely figured out. So yeah, I'm not a big believer in imposter syndrome.
What do you think are the pros and the cons of being a woman of colour in a very visible position in an organisation like a university?
Yeah, love it. I think that I love being here at the University of Nottingham in this time. I think I've had some really interesting conversations, challenging conversations, very honest conversations with very junior people, very senior people, people kind of in the middle of the organisation like me, and even people who are saying, I don't get it, are curious, interested, and wanting to hear more. So I think it's a brilliant time to be a black woman in the University of Nottingham, in academia in 2020. I think there's a lot of work to do, lots and lots of work to do, but I think I'm hopeful. I'm incredibly optimistic. At this time, it's the perfect time. We just, in the last couple of days, heard that our new chancellor is a black woman, and that was hugely exciting for me. But, I'm in an organisation that sends worms to space, so I always want more. So I did actually point out on Twitter, I had my moment of victory and excitement, but I did point out that I actually know of 4 black female chancellors in the UK higher education sector. There may be many more, but, 4. But I actually only know, I know only 2 black female vice chancellors, so executive leaders, And so, yeah, I want more. If we can actually appoint such excellence as chancellors, then I just kind of think what's happening with the academic black women, So let's see more of that, please.
What achievement in your work or your life are you especially proud of?
Wow, gosh. I'm particularly proud of my work with junior leaders, and that's not just female junior leaders. So we just wrapped up the European Junior Leadership Academy project, and we worked with 45 of Europe's most promising student nurses and midwives. So these are not future leaders, these are now leaders. And they're not all young, because some of them have come into nursing and midwifery as a second profession. But they are people who are at the start of their career journey and are demonstrating leadership aptitude, and have had a really amazing time learning from them, but also conveying to them the importance of developing a leadership identity and just moving forward and being leaderly. So I'm particularly proud of that work. That work, of course, we actively were encouraging bringing in leaders from the margins. So, black and minority ethnic young student nurses and leaders, women, and so on. So I'm really proud of that work, because I think it is about growing a cadre of leaders to really push and take my profession to the next level.
What did you want to be when you grew up?
I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up, I have to say. I've never known what I wanted to be, what I wanted to end up, but I knew very early on that I wanted something that maximize my autonomy, my ability to make choices about what my day would look like, who I would engage with. I also knew that I wanted variety, and I wanted it to be meaningful, so not just generating huge amounts of money or, hype, but something that meant something to people. And so I ended up being a nurse, kind of almost accidentally, and then even better, being a nurse lecturer at the University of Nottingham, because I think I'm here at the university at a time where in my school, this is School of Health Sciences, there's a lot of support for me to, it's kind of make my own way and make my own path as long as it's contributing something. And I'm always really aware that when I'm not in front of a classroom or in front of my desk marking, somebody else is carrying the load, And in my school at the moment, people are carrying a lot of load, all the challenges we have recruiting student nurses and so on. It's not been easy. But I think I've managed to find the perfect combination of teaching, being taught, actually influencing practice. So I'm out and about in the NHS, supporting organisations to deliver, for example, things like reverse mentoring. I'm also working in higher education, looking at race equality, all from being, starting off as a nurse, serving the sick, the people who need support and help. So I haven't got an answer to that question because I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. I'm on my way, I guess, and I'm certainly enjoying the ride. But mainly what I value is autonomy, I value variety, and I value making a proper transformational difference, not just doing stuff that's gonna make loads of money.
Is there a particular woman in your life who has inspired you in some way?
So many women. I suppose I'll go with my mum because she was the first person, and also because I suppose it's only at times like this that I think of her and think explicitly, oh, she inspired me. I think just because it was all so effortless. This was a working woman. This was somebody who, she was a teacher. She always had her own hustle. She was so industrious, always doing music lessons, or at one point she was running a business while having a full-time job as a teacher. She retired at 50, but then ran a massive business for years and years and years, up until, in fact, last year when she became ill. She was one of those people who pushed me to do what I wanted, to study, to always go to school. Yet, if you needed a mental health day, like you would just say, I don't feel like going to school today. And she'd be like, yeah, okay. So at once, the most traditional person, but, on the other hand, the biggest rebel ever, and always so supportive of us. I'm one of 3 girls as well. That can't be easy to raise, for her and my dad. But, she just effortlessly juggled motherhood. It's not even that she was a career woman. She just had to have a career. You had no choice, and managed to be a mum to us, an inspirational woman, to be able to be a businesswoman, a teacher. If you were, she was teaching in a rough, comprehensive school. You look for the baddest of the baddest guys, they were in the music room. Sitting at her feet and listening to the kinds of things she'd say to them. Tough words sometimes. And, she was always really tough with us as well. Had really high expectations, but always you were secure that actually if you fell, she'd be there to catch you. So I would say my mum was my biggest inspiration. But so many other women along the way, here in the university, some of my students, my female students, inspire me every day. I've got loads of mentors and sponsors. I've never been at a loss to find women around me, above me, beneath me, holding me up, around me. Like, honestly, so many women. I couldn't even begin to name them. So I'll just stick with mum.
What motivates you in work or in life?
Gosh, what motivates me in work and in life?
And what keeps you motivated?
Yeah. Making a difference, as in, seeing evidence that I'm making a difference. And it doesn't have to be in terms of the traditional indicators, but, just one student kind of saying, oh, I get it. Or one student saying, I agree with you, Stacy, I am good enough. You know, I don't have to be perfect. You know, it sounds so cliche, doesn't it? I mean, I'm a nurse, and you know, they'll say, oh, I came into nursing to make a difference. But yeah, making a difference, seeing students blossom, seeing students become confident in how they are. I'm a big believer, you know, in inclusion that is transformational. So, you know, it's not just about inclusion as in, do we have the right color of people and the right mix of genders, but are we accepting and really accepting, I don't just mean tolerating, but accepting that difference is what we are, right? So, you know, this whole idea that difference is a problem to be solved and that we need to tolerate difference. Don't believe in any of that nonsense, right? And so I think part of what motivates me is getting people to see that and seeing indicators that they see that, you know what, we should be chasing and seeking difference in teams, difference in organizations. And the thing that motivates me and keeps me going is that I'm getting evidence and people are saying to me, I'm seeing signs that people in this sector, this university, the schools that I'm working with across the University of Nottingham are beginning to understand that difference is it. Difference is the thing that actually should be seeking. And I think that's what motivates me, making a difference, getting people to understand what inclusion really can offer higher education and, you know, society more broadly.